Dr. Urban here, and I want to bring up a subject that's changing, I think, in terms of what's important. And that has to do with healthy sun, sunlight and vitamin D, sunlight in the skin, sunlight and sunscreen, vitamin D3 in the skin. And we'll be discussing these issues, or I'll be discussing these issues right now, because I think things have changed. There is an emphasis away from avoiding the sun and trying to balance out the sun that you get with the healthy aspects of vitamin D and sunlight. Now, why is that? And studies have shown, for example, one recently from Sweden shows that those people who avoided the sun had double the risk of cancer from other causes and increased skin cancer. Other people are finding that people who avoid the sun have skin cancer in places not exposed to the sun. So that's just the tip of the iceberg showing us that the balance is not right. And in fact, what am I doing? That's not a halo over my head. That's an open window. I'm piping sun into the house as early and as often and as late as I can to avoid or have sunlight in the house. Now, what else do? I also go out and walk in the sun. Now, we know that vitamin D is produced by exposure to the sun at certain times of the day. That's uh, important to know. My last video I showed a D-Minder app, phone app that you can get. I said it was free. It now looks like it's costing or currently costing $2. It's still worth it. It tells you relating to where you live based on how you live, your altitude, things like that, and your sun exposure, how much vitamin you can get in a certain period of time during the day and during the year, because there are, in fact, places where you can't get vitamin D. For example, I live in Omaha, and after around the middle of November for 2 months, you can't get it no matter how much you want. Therefore, I supplement. But I think supplementing for vitamin D is important. I will continue to do it, but I think natural vitamin D, which combines with your cholesterol in the skin, then goes to your liver and it's converted to what the body needs, is important. It's part of the equation and part of the reason I suspect we're having trouble with skin cancer, and it's increasing, and we don't think that avoiding the sun is the best answer. Why? Because if you have an SPF sunscreen over 15 or over, you're blocking 99% of the sun. So do you want to do that? Well, you make that choice, because I admit there's a photoaging problem. Your skin can become dry, and you can have skin spots, and even other problems that you don't want. So you have to. So how do you balance all that out? Well, one of the things is to get vitamin D from UVB, ultraviolet B rays from the sun when you can get it. And that has to do with, let's say, midday, more or less. But you can, with the D-Minder, the phone app, you can determine when you're getting the most, and then determine how much you want to be out in the sun to avoid the UVA, ultraviolet A, which can also photoage you, or it does photoage you, because it penetrates deeper than UVB rays. But you can do that, and it's worthwhile pursuing, because we are out of balance. Most people in America, the majority of people are vitamin D deficient. Yes, you could take a supplement. Yes, I'm continuing to take the supplement because I'm feeding the gut also. And yes, vitamin D from the skin does go to the liver, and it's then converted to a substance that can be used throughout the body. But I think the local production in the skin is important over and above supplementation. Therefore, I'm getting vitamin D whenever I can, and will continue to supplement, particularly in the winter. So you kind of get the picture. What do you do? Well, some people recommend wearing a hat. I don't get out that much, generally speaking, so I don't wear a hat. I don't wear sunglasses. I think there's also a beneficial effect of full spectrum sun on the retina. It's really important, but that's subject of another video. I walk exposed as much as possible. No, I'm not naked, but I do take my shirt off and I wear shorts, and you kind of get the picture. No sunglasses. And I pick a time of day where I can get the most time in walking with vitamin D, and I try to get at least 1,000 international units plus, but you can get much more if you pick a time of day. I don't particularly like to walk at midday sun. Some people say it is the most efficient time to get vitamin D, but you get the picture. So think about getting D minder to help you. You'll learn a lot about vitamin D. Get out in the sun and get that exposure that you need, which will help you so much. And that will help you with, there is a healthy sun. You can do what you want about the alien sun, which I think is the artificial light in your home, but that's the topic of another discussion.